What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sideline to Baseline with your hosts MB and Klew. We back in the building, man. And I tell you what, tons of exciting news, tons of topics. So many now, y'all. We having trouble fitting them. And of course, it seems like whatever we're a little bit more passionate about gets talked about a little bit more. And so, actually, from last week, we said we continue the Cam Newton conversation, and so I definitely wanted to start right there, based upon just what I really thought was blatant disrespect. And let me remind you guys of what happened. So Cam Newton, there was a 7-on-7 tournament. Cam Newton has a team. He's had this team for quite some time now. He actually is a part of the team. See, a lot of guys put their name on stuff and, fund it, but really kind of have nothing to do with it. Cam is a little bit different. He's involved in it. He's coaching it. He's helping guys. He's doing all the stuff that, you would want a coach to do and be. That's handling your child or having something to do with him when he can. Obviously, his schedule is a little bit different, but during this time, NFL guys are off, and so he's having more time to deal with to be able to do this. So basically, as a 7-on-7 team, his 7-on-7 team was playing a tournament in South Carolina, and while his team was playing, his back obviously is to, he's facing his team watching the game. To his rear, the back of him, there was a younger kid from another team, just basically heckling him, as if Cam Newton is a comedian on stage and he didn't want to hear what he had to say. But difference is Cam ain't talking to you. Cam talking to his team and helping coach his team. And so the kids just continue to berate him and talk trash to him. So then Cam turns, faces the kid, basically says, "Hey,
I'm rich."
Dave Chappelle style. Right? And he responds to him, "I'm rich." The kid says, "But you trash though. You're a free agent." And it's like, wow, MB, and really you can talk more about the story, or give what you wanted. I just kind of wanted to give a recap. But right there, MB, is when I was infuriated. I didn't need to see any more from that point, MB. From when the kid said what he said to Cam, and then Cam turns around to now speak with the kid, and the kid still ignores who he's talking to. So I was done there, MB. Maybe because I'm a parent, maybe because, I'm a coach, maybe because, I played. I don't know what it was, but I was triggered, MB, from that point on.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, recap it. He said his response was, "I'm rich."
Right.
"I'm rich." "No, you poor." "No, I'm rich." And then he's like, "Look, go get your dad." Mm-hmm. So I like that part because he was like, "Look, man, I don't need to have a grown-up conversation with you because I need to talk to your dad. Where's your dad at? Go get your dad." So he said that a few times, and the kid kept talking. Then it seemed like the conversation extended even more because another clip, it was like there was I guess around. Was it still on the sideline or was it
right? So what happened was
in the middle of the field.
This is post game. So now Cam's done. He hunts the kid down and now wants to have a face to face. So take it from there.
Right. So he just asked him the question, "How do you do today? What's going on?" I guess trying to ask some genuine questions. I guess And the guy was like, "YouTube me. Check me out on YouTube." Or how did your team do today? He was like 2-1 or something like that. So he's just, I don't know what was happening, but yeah. And then I think the kid coach, he tried to step up and correct the kid or something like that. And kept, no, we're just talking or something like that outside. I don't know.
He's a clown too.
Why you say the man a clown, man?
Oh, definitely.
Why you say that?
Give me. You know what my words to the kid would have been? Goodbye. Give him a stuff. MB, Slaughter. Remember one of the kids that one of the guys, and I told you he went to Edward Waters, and he came on, like made a comment, "What's up, coach?" I gave him a shout out last week or the week before. Yeah, it was last week.
Okay.
I wish he on live right now. He'll tell you what I would have said. I coached him.
Right.
So that's why I said he's a clown, MB. You know how, like, I would have nipped that in the bud so fast.
Right.
He basically was giving. See, it's too late when it happens, MB. When you start coaching kids, you're teaching values, respect, honor, honesty. You're teaching those values because guess what, y'all? Sorry to tell y'all, this ain't happening at home no more. Sorry. Okay, let me throw that out there, okay? The belief that some of y'all gonna be back there like, they mom and dad are supposed to teach them. No, it ain't happening, MB.
And so, I hate, you know me, I hate stereotypes. And I agree at majority of homes it may not be teased, but it's still a few homes that's getting to talk.
Exactly. And what you adore them babies that when you see them, don't you?
Yeah, no doubt. So I can't say it ain't everybody because I know
I'm saying everybody, but it's a large enough percentage that we have to do that. That has
say it like that. Say it like that. I like that. Yeah.
That has to be part of you. MB, that wasn't part of coaching when I was growing up. MB, we showed up like that. That was one kid. So no, coach didn't have conversations talking to us about what's right or wrong. I had to do that. I had to have life skill classes, MB, for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's got, if you know anything about coaching today's youth, if that's not a part of it, bro, you clowning. Mm-hmm. You clowning, get out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not helping these kids.
Mm-hmm.
You focused on too much that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Too much, it doesn't matter. And you know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
like the fact that they can go out there and catch 8 touchdowns for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna cuss everybody out in sight. So who gonna take them on? Who gonna recruit them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gonna get another clown from a Division I program that bring them on board, and what's gonna happen to the kid? And he ain't gonna make it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have sometimes they able to skate through there some kind of way on a wing and a prayer, get to the league and embarrass everybody, they family, they friends, because we see this all the time. So they still make it through sometimes. But I'm just trying to say, look, if it's not, if ethics, right? If life skills aren't part of your game plan, if you are a football, basketball, soccer, track coach, and keep naming all the sports, lacrosse, hey, you clowning. So that's why I said a clown. When you said his coach came in there, I said a clown because that's too late, MB. The fact, what he turned to him and say, MB, he said, he's an adult. He been cussing the whole time, MB. And now you tried to tell him he's an adult. He's cussing at you every day. Listen, you jumping bad. That kid probably almost slapped him. Like, man, who is you? What are you talking about? And so the fact that he didn't jump in, MB, and immediately say, I need all mine. I already knew he was a clown. When no one the word, MB, y'all would have tripped out. That video would have been like, what? Then I would have been getting hate mail. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have came on there and Ken would have been like, no, coach, no. He would have been begging for the kid.
Right.
Put him on your team. You got a team.
Right.
That would have been my words.
Right.
And I ain't tripping, MB. Like I said, the same kid, any one of my kids that played for me will tell you that.
Right.
MB, I tell a kid in a minute. Bye.
Right.
Leave my stuff over there.
Right.
Because I've already had these conversations. This ain't nothing.
Right.
See, for y'all thinking I gave him one chance. No, we done been through this. So do not embarrass me. I'm like your mama and them. The folks in here that's hearing me. I'm like your mama and them. When they took y'all to the store, what they told y'all? Hey, if you show out, I'm showing out.
Right.
We gonna show out together. That's how I did my kids. All of us showing out. Just know that. Now, I'm not embarrassed to go there if you ain't. Okay, both of us gonna be out there now.
Right. I like it.
So MB, that's where that came from. It wasn't a situation where I'm like just a coach clown. No, he's a clown because he's not doing what's most important. He out there worried about 7-on-7. MB, they asking them when they playing again. What? Playing again? Not you. Not you.
I love it, Klew.
Where you playing at?
I love it.
With Cam now. That's where you playing. So that's where I'm at with it. Immediately when the kid did all that, I was blowed, right? Not surprised, but blowed when I saw his coach come in and do nothing. Nothing changed. Kid kept talking the same way, as greasy as he wanted to talk. And Cam like, no, coach, I just want to, and like, then it was like, so after that clip, MB, the question came to me, why do, and we discussed this a little bit, why do kids already feel like they made it? Because remember that conversation, that back and forth, you said, Cam said, what did you do? Oh, you can find me on YouTube. So let's explain that. Let's break that down, right? I know it's part of my question, but let's break down what he was saying. So for people who listen to us, the kid was basically saying, I'm nice. I'm great already. You can YouTube me. Well, YouTube is a situation where you can make your own page so you can always be a star, okay? So ain't nobody taking your clips and saying he's a star. It's your stuff. So he basically telling Cam, look at me on YouTube. So, bro, do you realize the dude you talking about won the Heisman? You realize the dude was a high school All-American, college All-American, Heisman Trophy winner, first pick of the NFL draft, NFL. Who are you talking to? Look at you on YouTube.
Respect the game, huh?
He looking at Cam like, you need to already know me. So, MB, when I said let's break it down. If you, and I know it's illegal, before when you was coaching, in college, going to 7-on-7s, but as a NFL coach, you can go watch or do whatever because you ain't trying to get the kids anywhere. And now, as just a dad, you can go, MB, when you get there, and take it like you home or somewhere where you're more, you know the lay of the land, or even in Charlotte, you know the lay of the land. When you show up there and you see, okay, that's Coach so-and-so, that's Coach so-and-so, MB, what do they run up to you and discuss? Do they not run up to you and discuss who out there?
Yeah.
Who the kids to watch?
Yeah, no doubt.
You already know that's what happens to us, guys. We show up to a place, we see about 2-3 guys who know the lay of the land and know who's who, and they immediately tell us, hey man, you got to go watch them strikers, you got to watch them rattlers, and then you got to go watch them tigers over there. Like, they tell you, and then they tell you it's 11, it's 15, it's 22 and 25 over there. So you already put in your mind, okay, now who you said again? Kind of jot it down in your phone, and then you like, okay, I ain't gonna leave till I lay eyes on all these 3 teams they just gave me.
Right.
So the fact Cam ain't know you trash. Okay, that's all I'm gonna start off with.
Come on, man.
There I go.
Come on, there you go. Conspiracy theory, man.
No, MV, you know how it go. Every time I go to these things, man, I see two guys. Whether I'm in a basketball, because you know I'm a huge basketball guy too. Yeah, but I go to a basketball tournament or 7-on-7 tournament, they like, hey Lou, man, hey, this dude, that dude, you gotta you gotta stay for this next game. I'm telling you. Right. So they let me know. So I stay there and I already got my little schedule figured out. Okay, I'm gonna watch them first. I'm gonna watch them, then I go get some meat, come back and watch them.
Right, but Cam was busy coaching, man. He wasn't scouting, I guess. He was busy coaching.
You don't have to scout. Did I scout? I don't even go there. I go there just to enjoy the festivities. Watch kids coming up. And they tell me he involved. You know he know it because he got to go play them. When you got to play them, you even know the second and third tier guys. When you got to play them. And so even in that little short stuff, because you'll have parents walk around for you. It'll be let you know 11 was catching all the balls over here, and their quarterback's really
report, huh?
I'm telling you, MB, because those 7-on-7, you know, it's like 10 games going on at one time. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then your game in, y'all switch fields, and then you show up. So you don't really, like you said, you so locked in on your team, you don't know nobody else's, but they tell you, you know. So I'm just letting y'all know if he was all that what he was supposed to be, Cam wouldn't have had to hear about it. You know what I mean?
If he was all that, like more people would have spoke up for him. Like, nah, he
absolutely.
Only thing they said, he got speed.
Yeah, his teammate was like, he all right, he got speed. Like, all right, got speed. Okay, good luck with that.
Yeah.
So that was the first.
Y'all getting the lowdown, baby. Y'all get it off your chest, Klew. Because we talked about this last week. I say, bro, I say you got something to say. Go ahead, get it off your chest. I love it though. I love it. So but it's not. But unfortunately, right? Like I said, I quote this Nick Saban quote, like, whatever you tolerate, you encourage. And when you talk about in leadership positions, right? It's a lot of tolerating going on just because from all different levels, not only as coaches, some coaches is being tolerated just because what the guy could do on the field. As parents, all right, it could be tolerated, you know. Like I said, there's a lot of spoiled brat kids out there and stuff, and when they go through adversity, they want it right now. Like I talked about Chaney, the basketball coach, you'd say this is a microwave generation. They want it now. If they don't get it now, they start pouting. They want it. They want to take their ball and go home. So it's a lot of those fundamental things that's not being taught. You know, the environment like changed. Like you said, it's not at the home. All right, it's not being majority of it could be missing, and community majority of it missing. I remember, man, I grew up, bro. I was in my neighborhood. I was playing around with the neighborhood drunk. I mean, you know, and the neighbor. I was there. I was teasing him, you know, picking on him. Right, man. He went and told my parent, I got a whooping because I'm playing around the neighborhood drunk.
That's right.
Yeah, and like my cousin was saying, it takes a village to raise to teach a child, and it's no different. And so, but it taught you something, you know, the accountability. But now,
y'all, we ain't allowing villages no more. Don't say that.
But that's what I'm saying. So now you do something. You try, or sometimes the neighbor whoop you, then you go home and you get another whooping, you know. But that ain't happening no more. You mess around and hit somebody, or not even hit somebody, correct somebody's child. They going to get their parents, and why are you talking to my child like that, you know? And not understanding. I don't care who it is, you know. So you're right. So that respect factor is definitely. But you know, one thing about it, you know, the thing I did like, the kid did apologize. You know, whether it was genuine or not, who knows? But the dead kid at the end apologized. So hopefully he's woke to that and realized what he did wrong. You know,
he got railroaded on his lifeline.
Oh, so, no doubt.
Social media, real.
No doubt. I agree. He definitely got a lot of backlash from a lot of different people. That's why I say I hope it was genuine. It was just not because he was embarrassed, but I hope he realized, you know, about what you got to do, you know?
Until he gets someone an authority figure in his life to have this same conversation we're having, then he's just responding to his lifeline being taken away from him.
Yeah, and maybe he know, maybe it is, maybe
so he's definitely doing it for that. But the fact is he doesn't know, he still doesn't have those skills to deal with that same situation next time. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully he'll get those soft skills and learn them, you know?
Yeah, his verbiage was out of line, and he obviously doesn't have the ability to get that on his own. He's shown us that. So until an adult, an authority figure in his life steps into it and lets him know this is how you communicate.
Yeah, and it's part of that's part of the process, because like the Bible says, when I was a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. But when I came a man, I put away childish things. So even age is not a sign of maturity. So even like me, I'm still immature in some areas that I got to get right. So hopefully he'll learn what he needs to learn. Hopefully this, whether it's genuine or not, well, it need to be genuine. Hopefully this will be the starting block to push him in the right direction.
Right. Just long as you understand, I keep saying the same thing. Someone needs to teach him that, because he's just not going to have the ability to just assume it from this situation. But my question again is, why do kids like him telling Cam Newton to look at his YouTube channel? Why do they feel like they made it already? Because that's what that spoke to me. It spoke to me. I'm already good, bro. You don't know me? Here I go. Listen, look me up. All you gonna see is touchdown. You in high school, man. Like, everybody, listen. Everyone should kill high school. Like, that's why. And if so, I don't even know if you're doing that. That's the thing with that. You can't even do that. This dude done killed everything.
Yeah, I mean, like Double A say, they don't know no better. But especially in the contents of you challenging Cam Newton, like as though your stuff against his stuff. I mean, that they don't know no better. I don't mind if he's like the confidence with his peers, but when you're talking to Cam Newton, you're trying to compare your highlight tape to his highlight tape.
It is.
Yeah, that's the issue. They don't know no better.
And then I think Mikey, a big guy with a huge following. He's one of those blue chip basketball kids. I think he's 23. I think it's his class. Spoke up and he said, if that were me, I would have been talking to Cam, trying to see how I can be a better player.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? That was his. And so,
a lot of people comment was like that, like he should have been pulling from.
So that's where I'm at. However, MB, I've noticed over the years, and it's the respect level, even in that arena, is low now. Like,
which arena?
With kids wanting to tap into our knowledge base.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's, you basically have to give a kid, he has a choice whether to listen to you or not. And you like, bro, do you know, like, what you learning right now is like super basic and fundamental, and you can't get that right, but yet you won't listen to me, somebody that's done far more. And please don't get it to where we think, or especially I'm thinking with arrogance. I'm just thinking we have tons of years behind this, like tons of years behind this, and that you should listen, because I pretty much can tell you what's about to happen. And I can tell because of what you're not doing. So try this and you'll be able to. So just even that respect, that communication when they get, because there are more guys now, especially down here. It's a whole lot different. I'm not anywhere else in the country. I lived a few other places, and it's not saturated like here, like down here in Florida. Like, you can pretty much bank that there's a pro pretty much close to every single program around here. like it's just, and then a lot of them multiple ones. Like, I give you an example, St. Thomas Aquinas, there's a ton of pro guys that are down there, but there are a ton of guys that are coaching, and then a ton of guys that are training kids, and then a ton of guys that went to those schools and just help out and just donate their time, just like Michael did. That started him getting into coaching, was donating his time at his local high school, being able to drop knowledge. And I'm sure he'll tell you, and I ain't into numbers at all, MB, but it just always got to me when some kids would be like, okay, Ann, I just laugh. I would just laugh. I ain't gonna force feed you. It'll be no meat. I'll walk away. So I'm laughing, like, for real? Well, go on, listen to somebody else then.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of kids. Well, what happened when the information society with YouTube, with the internet, and these kids think they know everything, and then you like, man, you try to tell them something, and sometimes it's like resistant, and then hey, it's like a hard head make a soft behind. Sometimes you got to let a kid fail, right? And then for him to learn, and unfortunately, a lot of times they keep failing over and over, and you try to tell them, and they just don't receive it. Right. You can tell them till you blue in the face, and they think they know everything, and so it's like, you know what, bro? I like you say, I gotta let you make it. Because right now, a hard head gonna make it soft behind. You just experience as a hard teacher because it gives you the test first and then the lesson afterwards. And unfortunately, a lot of people, we keep taking that same test because we didn't learn the lesson the first time, Right. But it's like that. It's like that. Trust me, even as a parent, how many times,
Yeah.
where you come back to your parents and be like, man, I was wrong. I should have listened to you,
Right.
And you like, man, my resume, check and I know we're talking about life, but we're talking about football, but it's life, A lot of times, some people just got to learn the hard way, man.
Wow. So this relates to big boy football. So we're kind of talking about kids already making it, kids kind of feeling like they're there, they've arrived already. And the attitude sometimes don't stop, because a lot of these guys are able to, just off of sheer athleticism, sheer God-given ability, they're able to dominate high school. They're able to even get to college and dominate that.
Yeah.
And that sets them up to be draft picks and then get to the NFL.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, at some point, and every NFLer knows, even if they're able to dominate for a while in NFL, it's going to come a time where that rubber meets the road and everybody's caught up.
Right.
You have to change and you have to be disciplined now.
Yeah.
So guys suffer. I'll tell you, like a receiver who's just super talented, all of a sudden he get a knee injury and that speed go down. He never could run a route. Now he gone.
Yeah.
He never could run routes. So I had a story, MB, that basically, kind of is right there, and it's a guy playing right now. So it makes it real. Tennessee Titans GM John Robinson, basically Isaiah Wilson, said that Isaiah Wilson must decide if he wants to do what it takes to play in the NFL. The Titans general manager, John Robinson, addressed Wilson's status during a virtual news conference with the local media Tuesday. He didn't seem pleased with how the 2020 season ended for Wilson, who only played 4 snaps last year, despite being first-round pick, 29th pick overall. Football ain't basketball, y'all. I know basketball, it used to be all the way up to the lottery. Now we saying they don't know what they're going to get after pick 5 and 4. So don't think basketball when you think picks. In the NFL, your first pick is like the number 1 pick of the draft.
Right.
Every first round pick is like he's the number 1 pick of the draft.
Right.
That's how okay.
And you count on that guy to play. I mean, 4 reps. I mean, you ain't no red shirt other than maybe a quarterback or something like that. A quarterback, really, if you already got somebody proven, right? You make it. But every other position, you draft somebody first round, you count on that guy to come in and play and supply media dividends. Not 4 snaps. Especially if it's he wasn't hurt or not like that. So definitely that's embarrassing.
So basically, what's going on? This is a tackle, which is a coveted position in the NFL. They need him. Okay, they really do need him, and he not getting it done, man. It's a guy playing in front of him that ain't supposed to be playing. That job was for him, and they paying him way more than the guy that's playing. And basically, what then happened is the rubber done met the road. He can no longer, you guys, rest on his athleticism and his God-given talent. Now he has to actually learn some things, put some work in, and then go out there and perform. And that's, I'm likening it back to what I was saying earlier in talking about this story, MB. They think they've already made it. They're able to push through just through sheer talent and athleticism. And then all of a sudden, they get hit in the mouth. They get hit in the face. What do they do now?
Well, and that's kind of like what I talked about before, when we was talking about a different subject, but it kind of bleed into this. It's that reset generation, man. Like they hit adversity and they quit. They hit the reset button. But what happened is one thing when you talk about it, it's like you got to learn how to be a pro. When you talk about you gotta put in the work. It's like learning how to be a pro. When I was coaching at mine, we all told the kid, hey, talent ain't enough. Talent can only take you so far. The Bible talk about your gift will make room for you, but it's your character that's going to keep you there. And when you talk about character, not only your moral character and compass, but your work character. How are you going to work? Are you going to put in the work, put in the grind, right? Because you look at it, right? It's not always the most talented person that you consider the best player, right? You don't. Especially in football, right? You don't consider, like Emmett Smith or Walter Payton, right? They weren't the best athletes. There's some other guys that had like crazy speed and athleticism, but those guys put in the work. You know what I'm saying? They worked on their craft. They got better. And those are things. Jerry Rice is a prime example of that guy that run a 4.6, but considered the greatest receiver all time. He worked on his craft. He learned. He knew how to be a pro. Like your body, like you're an independent contractor. And what you say about yourself is your advertisement, the work you put in. I love the general manager calling him out. First round pick, man, we don't put our first round pick on you, man. I'm gonna call you out to see if you get you going. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, play around with it. I'm not waiting for you to pick up this, for me to make a decision if I'm gonna pick up your option. No, I'm letting you know right now things gotta change. Like you need to be, I expect more out of you, and you're not the same guy that we evaluated at the combine. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about being a pro, man. And those are things where you try to teach those kids, or you try to teach people. We talked about that on what it takes to be a pro, what it takes to really make it, man. To make it, right? It's very few guys can make it on talent alone, and those guys that do make it on talent alone, they don't last that long. They like a pop star with the one hit wonder. You know what I'm saying? They don't last. You look for them again and they gone, because on that level you got to be a pro. You talk about injuries and things like that. You got to be a pro. You got to know how to take care of your body, man. You can't be lazy. You got to get it done, man. And I have had that conversation with a lot of different people, right? A lot of different people on that level who's trying to make it to the NFL or got dreams or whatnot. And I'm calling them out like, bro, you got to put in the work, man. You're not being a student game. You're not being a pro. You're not being a professional. You got to take care of your business, because that's how you're going to truly make it.
But the problem is, MB, you hit every single aspect of their issues, along with their expectations are, I'm already good enough, man. Like, he really felt like he just going to go out there and turn up. That this ain't that real. It's not that serious. I dominated high school, LB. I dominated college, and y'all made me y'all first round pick. And around here treated me like gold until they gave me them pads and sent me on that field. And all of a sudden they figured out we done, boy, what we done did around here. And like you said, it's good that the GM called him out. I just don't have any faith that it's going to do anything. Because for me, MB, if you just had to call him out, then what you trying to call out ain't home. Like that's a signal. That's a smoke signal that you putting up in the air. And if you can't see it, MB, you gonna keep walking the wrong direction. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta understand, like, what y'all ain't evaluating is what you talked about, LB, in Seattle, grit. Okay, that's not what y'all evaluate, because that come from here. That ain't in no weight room. That ain't on nobody 40. That's not on nobody bench press. That's not in nobody classroom. Okay, you gotta evaluate this. And when you explain grit, MB, all I took was this. That's all it is. And that's that. I ain't gonna quit. I ain't gonna be defeated. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight while you driving me in the dirt. I'm gonna still be holding on, fighting you. And that's what needs to be evaluated. And that's the situation that, and so like what you said was he calling him out. What is he calling for, MB? For grit. That's what he calling for. Guess what, MB? It ain't there.
Well, I hope it is there, man. I hope that he'll have a wake up call, come to Jesus meeting something and turn. Because you know what? Because I remember my man, God bless the dead, Cortez Kennedy, right? He came to University of Miami. He was overweight, and man, but like you say, that grit, man. Like Randy Shannon got with him, man, held him accountable, put a lock on the fridge, had him run, man. He turned his life around. He ended up becoming, top 3 pick in the draft, just one season playing. Same thing. Russell Maryland got that grit, overweight, but put in the work. But you're right. But it's other people. Hopefully, as a coach, the definition of coach, you take a person from one destination to the next. You go fly on a plane, you get in the coach seat, and you sit first class, but most people fit in this closed seat, and it takes you from one destination to the next. So hopefully, man, with him, that he's not a lost cause. Hopefully, he could turn that thing around. I don't know the kid personally, but hopefully, hopefully, because they say they saw something in him. They was like, man, you got me. This ain't the same guy that we met. But you know what? It made me think about like New Orleans Saints. I remember they drafted a dude, gave up 2 first-round picks for him to trade up to get this dude. And they learned a lesson as an organization. Man, they got that dude, and man, dude got that big contract and shut it down. Shut it
as
down.
A rookie?
Yes.
What are you talking about? This was a trade.
This was a rookie that they traded. Okay. They traded up. They traded to get him, traded 2 first-round picks just to get this dude, right? And this was a lesson that they learned. And the dude, like, he got paid and shut it down.
See.
And they learned a valuable lesson, like right now, that I'm only gonna draft dudes that got love for the game. That was that was a hard pill to swallow, but that's what they learned from that. They want to, and like you said, some dude are talented, but they don't love the game and they don't want to put in that work. They don't want to put in that grind. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to pay the price. I always say, hey man, you got to pay the price to be the best, and not just the best in like who's the GOAT. I'm talking about your best. You got to pay the price, and that bill is due every day.
But see, I this is an argument, MB, that a lot of guys say is, especially at this level, at your level, that it's the love that drives you. I gotta be honest, MB, it was competition for me. It was like I never wanted to lose. You know what I mean? It was more that drive to, we just so happen to be playing football, but shoot, like this ain't happening. Whether we doing one-on-ones with just linebackers, whether we doing one-on-ones with backs, receivers, or what have you. So like there's different things I think that you can point out in different arenas, but shoot, man, like I can't say like I had that strong desire like that, but I never wanted to be defeated. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then if I did, it was like, what can I do for that not to ever happen again?
Right.
And I feel like these kids they missing that. They're okay with being like second. They okay.
Well, they don't want to pay the price to be the best, man. They just want to sit there and talk all the time. And they was like, hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. Okay, what's the work? Your actions should speak loud. I can't hear what you say. And it's delusional right? Because you sit there, you tell them all the time, right? And then you don't see the work. Like, hey, bro, let me show you the standard. Let me show you what it takes. This is what it takes. You don't see the end result. You see YouTube. You see the end result. You see LeBron do his thing. You see Steph. You see all these people do the thing, but you don't know the work behind it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the price they had to pay, right, to get that end result, man. And if you want something, right, you got to put in the work. But a lot of times they just see the highlight tape, but they don't see what went into. They don't see what went into going into that lab, man.
Right.
They don't see what the work, what the 10,000 hours somebody had to put in to work on their craft. They don't see the hunger. Like, you talk about like Cam. I remember he's saying how in the morning, man, he used to get up in the morning, early in the morning before school to go work out and put in that grind. You know what I'm saying? They don't see that. They see the end result. And it was like, oh, yeah, I got a highlight tape. I got this. I can shake and bake, right? But it takes more than that, man. It takes more. It's a price that got to be paid every day to get it done.
We all.
It's like the price that paid with Pac Jam getting that hair done. I don't know what are you doing? Minister Society, what's
up, cuz?
What's going on, man? You know what it is, man. West Side Story, man. It's all West Side. It's all West Side. Hey, if it ain't the West, it ain't me. It's all West, baby.
There you go.
So we'll get off of that. It'll be MB. I can't believe you said that. You say this name.
Man. Yeah, I love that for you. Hey, that's why I sent you the video.
Hey, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. A tennis tennis. That sounds like a tennis guy. Soccer guy that's been that plays for LeBron's team, that's part owner, right? He's part owner.
I don't know. Is it?
LeBron is part owner of what team is LeBron part owner of, Pat? With soccer. Yeah, he's been part owner of
Manchester United. It's
MB.
God, I can't think of the
team. You say what?
7 years or so, man.
Has he?
Maybe longer.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
No, he's Liverpool.
Okay.
He's got a 2% stake in Liverpool.
All right, so this guy MB had a lot to say. He said, "Do what you're good at. Stay out of politics." But this is a soccer guy, MB. This your baby. Go ahead.
No. That's why I sent to you. I said this. I should have sent to you. I said this the lowdown, baby. This is like the lowdown.
No, right? This guy ain't even from him, man. I'm gonna let him live.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying though. But the videotape I sent you, with the guy, his take on it, I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to hear Klew response on this.
This dude ain't from him, man. I'm gonna let him live.
No, yeah, let him live. Let him live.
Like, it's different where you from. That's all I can say. I can't talk to him about where he from.
Yeah, but the thing about it, if you look at the article that I attached to it, he also had he was accused of racial issues too, and in the past, But it was one of those statements like where I'm just saying, just in general.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but no, I'm saying he was accused of something early on the soccer field. When he was on the soccer field, he had a racial accusation against somebody early in the career as well. So, but I'm just saying though, shut up and dribble, right? Like just the whole talk and the concept about that. I wanted to hear your take on that. As far as like, because some people that videotape I showed you, he was like, yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. This, I don't even know this guy, and I love the fact that that's what these athletes, they need to just do what they're supposed to do and stay out of politics and right? Like when is that right? When LeBron says something, like Trump says something to him, like, bro, like, and then it made me think about Cam. Cam was saying, hey man, you know what? The thing is, people look at us like we're athletes, but we're fathers, we're brothers, we're sons. You know what I'm saying? We're humans. Like, you just see me as an athlete, but I'm so much more to that, And so I just wanted to get your opinion. I was like, oh, this the lowdown. I should have put lowdown on that.
Well, MB, I'll just say this: shut up and dribble. But yeah, Elijah Millsap, who's Paul Millsap, that plays for the Denver Nuggets, younger brother. The Utah Jazz right now is being investigated by the NBA, and they're doing a self-investigation on his exit interview in 2015, where they told him, you say one more word, I'll cut you, Black A, and send you back to Louisiana. So, man, when the environment that you're supposed to shut up and dribble in changes to allow you just to shut up and dribble, then maybe we'll start shutting up and dribbling. But the exact environment where you want him to be in still is hating on him because of his race. Still doesn't include him because at the top it's the same people. And he's in a position where if he says anything, then his career is over. That he's gonna be blackballed by the rest of the league. You know, he's not a big time guy, so he's just trying to make teams. And if he come out on these people before his career is over, then he's already over prematurely. So again, we love to shut up and catch balls, shut up and hit people, but create an environment in a world that it allows us to do that, and we'll stop doing it.
Yeah, no doubt. But also, in addition, I thought about how just different approaches, right? Because he called out your boy LeBron, and LeBron, man, has been the forefront of speaking up. You know, I mean, because a lot of times where you look at The Last Dance and Jordan responds, well, Republican wear Jordans too, right? But you look at LeBron, to me, haven't shied away from speaking out, and he's using his influence to make a difference, you know. And it's just a funny. So then my mind, when I saw that, it just started racing to like the different roles. Like some people, like you say, want to take the role why athletes get involved, but no, like LeBron, man, I love the fact that he's not concerned about endorsement. He took his career in his own hands, and he's not hiding or being selfish. He's like, look, I want to make an impact, and that's what he's doing. And he's not running away from controversial stuff. Before it became popular, like he's always been saying stuff, and I like the fact of his role. You know, I like the fact that he's taking that impact. He's making a difference.
Since Black folk were allowed in professional sport, we fulfill that role. So
no doubt,
just following legacy is what he's doing. So that's why I'm saying to talk to this guy, you know, it's difficult because he's, you know, where he from? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tougher conversation to have with him. You know, that may not be his history. That may not be what he knows for athletes to do and be. But here, that's what's called upon for you. You know, Kareem did it. You know, Bill Russell did it. Jim Brown, like.
Right, they did it in that, but unfortunately,
like right. that's what you're called to do. Okay,
but some of them came with
a guy that doesn't have any clue about that.
Right,
it's pointless.
Right, but unfortunately though, that issue's still in America today. Though I know it's a foreigner that said it, right, but it's still some people got the other side of the fence where they don't believe it. You hear it, you know what I'm saying?
Like, what MB, they were saying that to them too at that time. Guess what? That's generational.
Yeah.
That's, you know, so that's that same generational curse that they continue to spread down the line. Okay. So I'm not saying he's any different from them. I'm just saying, you know, I feel more comfortable arguing with them. But if that's not his, you know, what he knows for athletes to do, then, you know, I can't argue with that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's it. And I see that point. I guess for me, I wanted, because I know it's people here in America, right, that feels that same way. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So I love what you're saying. Like, bro, child, please, you're a foreigner. Go sit down somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But just the fact when I looked on YouTube. And you look, I said, at different videos, and you see the same type of debate. Oh yeah, I agree with him. LeBron need to shut up, or you know, and that's all.
And I get it too, because for them, guess what? They get to go, like, they're comfortable. in their skin. You see what I'm saying? We've been made to be uncomfortable a lot of times in our skin. So when he can say that, right, and then get it, because he like just really want to watch basketball,
right?
Because when he finished watching his game and get in his car and drive, he's not worried about flashing lights pulling up on him.
Right.
He's not worried about being mistreated in the boardroom. He's not worried about any of that stuff. So you know. But LeBron don't get to take off, his skin.
Right.
He still got to be black, LeBron.
And that's what I wanted to talk about, because we talked about the guy from Tennessee Titan as far as the expectation of him as a pro on the field, right? And I put from sideline to baseline or on the field, off the court. But then what's our, the expectation of athletes, right, off the field, And that's why I brought that up. So, I wanted to talk about that.
Well, I think it's, kind of easy to, with the George Floyd thing that happened, I think athletes have come together.
No doubt.
Done a terrific job. Okay. I think it exposed the fact that they weren't involved enough. How about that? And to now, MB is a little bit more difficult to find groups of athletes that somehow aren't involved in some way, shape, or form, whether that's through their Twitter or they're actually involved with movements and helping push movements forward, like a Steven Jackson. So I think, George Floyd was probably good for that it ignited and sparked all the sports, because NFL, let's be honest, we've been lagging behind, like horribly. And it even sparked something there that the guys came back and roared like a lion. That won't happen again. You know what I mean? Where they will be in a position that they won't speak out.
Did it wake anybody up, Klew?
Yeah, I think it did.
What? I thought they can't be woke.
No. I said the NFL players.
No, and the NFL players.
It woke them up. The NFL players. Yeah. Okay, you
know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about, but that's why I'm clarifying who got woke.
Yeah. But we was talking about, you think nobody could get woke. We want somebody got woke. Yeah. Somebody heard that alarm clock, honey.
The NFL guys that need to do a better job.
They got woke. Somebody got woke.
Job of speaking out, dude. Let's get to this. Let's get to this Dak thing, man. Pac Jam, will Dallas franchise Dak again?
Well, the thing is, they most likely will. But to me, if I was Dallas, I would get involved with the Russell Wilson. I really would. If I was, because to me, Dallas
jumped the gun already, man. Stay with
that.
I
mean, let's get into it. That's what we on here for, right?
Let's do it, baby.
To dive into it. We ain't on here to peekaboo. We on here to dive into some sports. Let's talk some sports, man. At the end of the day, with that being presented now, you would have to get involved with Russell Wilson. I mean, why?
Hey, look, let me straighten you real quick. Change your name to Old Dog.
Old Dog, baby.
I just thought about it, LB.
No, that's right. I told you, Minister Society, man.
Like I said, Russell Wilson is far cheaper for what Dak is trying to get. Dak's trying to get $40 million. Russell's on the second half of his contract. So and at the same time, you can also free up a huge contract on your team that hasn't been giving you the production you want, which Seattle would love to have, and that would be Ezekiel Elliott. You send Ezekiel Elliott to Seattle. They love running game. You send him that, and you also get a chance to bring in Russell Wilson, which is cheaper. Okay, to me that's a win-win. Russell Wilson would do great, but I mean that's a win-win for both teams. It really would be.
Mm.
To me, with the quarterbacks that are out there right now and what Dak is asking, it doesn't make sense to sign Dak to $40 million a year when you got guys like Aaron Rodgers who's unhappy. You got guys like Russell Wilson unhappy, guys like Deshaun Watson unhappy. You have to start at some point. Dallas got to start being aggressive, trying to see if they can get one of these quarterbacks that they know it's already proven. who they feel is proven, Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. I mean, everybody would. I mean, you would say that Deshaun Watson is better than Dak. That's a no-brainer. Deshaun Watson, the generational talent. Why not get aggressive out there and go after him? Because at the end of the day, we do know one thing. Deshaun Watson has not said it, but he said it in the teams. He wants a large market. Well, and who better to a market for him to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, how about them Cowboys, baby?
You got to get aggressive at this point.
When do they make this? I mean, I've never really seen Dallas make moves like that, though.
Make moves
again, Dallas their hand is pretty much forced to try to get aggressive to make a move, because when you got Dak saying what he's saying, he's not coming off the $40 million, and he wants a 6-year deal or a 4-year with the opt-out. So why would you sit there and go play back and forth with him about the same thing you just tried to negotiate it last season, and he hasn't come off that? No, so it makes sense to go after a Russell Wilson.
I hear you, but it seems like Dallas always loves to draft and keep their guys.
Right.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. The blockbuster trade you talking about, we just aren't used to coming from that organization.
They've never been in this situation either. They've never had a quarterback in the Jerry Jones tenure. They never had a quarterback to do what's being done right now either. So understand that, because Tony Romo, all these guys, Troy Aikman, all those guys, they re-signed under their deal. They extended those dudes. They gave them new contracts with the year left.
Yeah, but they were also some of the largest contracts in the NFL.
Yeah, but they have shown you, the Cowboys have shown you they're not going to give that kind of money. They're not.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying you're making a statement saying that that's been done. They signed their guys. Well, they signed their guys because they signed them well. They've decided not to do that with Dak, and we all know that. We've all talked about the fact that I don't think it surprises anybody that they don't want him. You don't keep tagging a guy if you really want him long term. So you don't believe in him for some reason. But I like the swap you talking about, Ezekiel for Russell, but I think that have to come with some more real estate, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. They I mean, and then somehow you got to figure out a way to. You got to come more real estate with that.
But draft picks would be given in that deal. But what I'm saying is Dallas would be able to get off of that contract, because Seattle has not had a healthy running back in the last 5 years. They have not had a healthy running back. They have not had a running back that can go 16 games. They have not. Even going back to Marshawn Lynch, they have not had a 16-game season running back.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go back to Sean Alexander was the last time they had a healthy running back. I don't know what's going on in Seattle, but they have not had a healthy running back that can play all season without being injured.
So going to Seattle, let's move on. Let's move on to Seattle. Why would Russell send subliminal? If I don't want to be traded, but if I do, if y'all are thinking about trading me,
here's my fourth spot.
Yeah. Back there. Why?
Well, it's because one, Russell is an image guy. Russell does not want his image to seem like I'm demanding a trade. He doesn't want to take that PR hit that all of a sudden I'm being what we already know you're doing. You're just being nice, nasty. But he does not want to be perceived as the guy. He doesn't want to be perceived as that type of guy. And that's why he did it that way. But we all know the grumblings has been there because Russell Wilson, the stories have been coming out like a madman. Russell Wilson has been talking to Pete Carroll for the last month or so, him and as well as the general manager, about the fact that they have not gotten a better offensive line for him. He has also made it known that he does not want to do that run first thing, put me in 3rd and 9. Now I got to make something happen with a bad offensive line. He's made it known behind the scenes. But what has happened is Pete Carroll and the general manager have stuck their foot in the ground saying, we're not going to change our theology on how we go about running this team. So what Russell has done now is like, okay, so you're not. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to go public and say, we ain't asking to be traded, but you know what I mean, and start this thing like that way. This is all a ploy that Russell and his agent is doing to get out of there.
So
get out of there.
Do you think he's able to force that trade or no?
I think he's gonna have his agent try to muck it up a little bit more and see if he can get a trade out of there. And what he did was this is the thing that he did. That was the strategic thing that these players are learning. I'm gonna look at the landscape of teams I wouldn't mind playing for that need a quarterback. And I'm gonna make them be aggressive because I've said I'm interested in going there. So I'm gonna make them be aggressive to come get me. Where that team that I'm at, I don't want to be, will go ahead and pull the trigger because these 4 teams I named are so aggressive to try to get me, then the team can't turn it down. Yeah. We all know John Gruden has never been sold on Carr. We know that. We know that. John has made it no secret he's not sold on Carr. So what John's going to do? John's going to start looking and turning the wheels and seeing what we have to do to get Russell, okay? So Russell knows what he's doing. Same thing with the Saints. He knows the Saints are saying, okay, what we got to do here to try to get Russell?
What we got? That's who I think is a buyer, boy.
All those teams, listen, all those teams will be buyers. It's
no doubt
what kind of deal they're going to come up with. No, because Russell has a no trade clause, which means at the end of the day, I can say, no, I don't want to go there. So he knows what he's doing, and those teams are going to bid against each other within the next 2 months. That's what's going to happen. They're going to bid against each other. Me personally, I think that the Cowboys are in the best position because the Cowboys can offer a Pro Bowl running back and draft picks, and they can throw in their backup quarterback who just played 12 games this season. The guy, Andy Dalton.
He's a free agent. They can't include him.
They didn't just sign him? Well, they can re-sign him and throw him in there. It's not like he's commanding a lot of money anyway.
No, I'm saying he's a free agent, so you can't throw him in there.
What I'm saying is they can re-sign him and put him in there.
Re-sign him.
It's not like he's looking for a lot of money. Yeah. We're talking Andy Dalton. So he's not commanding a lot of money. He just played for $2 million, right?
Yeah, but I mean, what you talking about? Re-sign him and then trade him?
Yeah,
I mean, Andy Dalton control that. Like shoot, why would he want to do that? He control where he want to go.
Well, he wouldn't know necessarily, MB. Meaning, they need to re-sign him anyway again for the same insurance policy with Dak. What if he starts holding out or something? So
it's not like Andy Dalton. It's not like people are throwing helmets at Andy Dalton. Okay, let's get that.
Or if
they throwing helmets at him.
Well, but he's hold on a second though. I'm saying with Andy Dalton though, because right now he's rumored probably to go try to end up at New England, maybe. As far as the opportunity, he still want to try to get an opportunity to start.
You know, and I know if New England's not going to sign no Andy Dalton, everybody's rumored to go there. Who? That's
Andy Dalton, he had a little bit of love for this tape,
man.
Don't
do that.
Hey, MB only like the other people conspiracy theories, right?
Y'all be some conspiracy theory, man. I'm like Will Smith. Y'all go ahead, man.
He like everybody else.
What's that?
I say you don't like our conspiracy.
No, I do. I'm like, all I'm missing some popcorns, man. I'm listening to it right now. I was just correcting him, like you couldn't throw him in because he's a free agent.
No, I know he can get. I know he's a free agent, but he's gonna get some. No, first of all, he was on the street last year. Okay, Dallas signed him. He was on the street.
He wasn't on the street, man. He came from Cincinnati last year. What are you talking about?
They cut him. He was on the street. They cut him. Nobody was running to say, Andy, come here, Andy, come here, Andy. Nobody was doing that. So what I'm saying is Dallas will be able to re-sign him. Is what I'm saying.
They'd be re-signing with the intention on trading them, correct? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm following Sherlock Holmes conspiracy theory. Go ahead.
But at the same time, they need to resign him anyway because you in the same situation you were in last year with Dak. You see what I'm saying?
No doubt. I agree. I agree with that.
So even regardless of if they even have any intention on trading him, they still need to resign him, if you're asking me.
Yeah, no doubt. Go ahead, Pac Jam. Finish your conspiracy theory, baby.
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just that, like I said, is what he's doing. He's having those 4 teams bid against each other. And based on what Seattle want, based to me, as they bid on each other, Seattle's going to take the largest thing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Russell wants out. And I remember this, and I said this here before, that Russ was going to leave because of his wife, Sierra.
He said that, LB. That was the first.
I said this.
Really?
Yeah.
And I keep telling you, when you have these power couples, you know, again, I knew Russell was going to be on out of there. And then when he named the 4 teams, it says everything I need to know.
What it says, baby?
It says it's her brand. She has a brand. Sierra has a brand.
I think New Orleans, Chicago,
Vegas and Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
Dallas, yeah.
Those are big places. Those are big places when you talk about a musician. When you talking about a singer.
There you go, baby. Pac Jam, you heard it from Pac Jam, baby. Pat Wagon in the book.
Well, LB, he actually said that a long time ago.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Hey, listen, I'm not surprised. That's why I'm listening. Like I said, all I'm missing is popcorn.
Listen, at the end of the day, we know in Seattle, we know that style is not going to win. That style that he's trying to play is not going to win. That team is not built like that no more.
I don't think they get rid of Pac Jam because of what you're saying. They're too dependent upon a quarterback. So unless they can replace him, I don't see them allowing that to go down.
I believe they're going to allow that down because they're going to take the biggest deal.
I mean, you talking about a cap hit. I know we seen some dudes take some hits.
Russ doesn't have a big cap. His cap is only $19 million.
I'm just reading this $39 million right now in dead money. If they trade him before June 1st, it's $39 million in dead money.
So
do you think they're gonna trade before June 1st? They'll wait after June 1st.
Huh?
They'll wait after June 1st.
Say what now?
They can wait after June 1st.
That's a long time to wait for that, you know.
Why? Why is it?
Well, because you got free agency, you got
we just played a season.
That's a long. Usually, when you see those usually they designate somebody June 1st cut.
We just played a season with no off season.
But listen,
just played a whole NFL season with a Super Bowl winner with no off season, with no camp, no nothing. So we can do it. The NFL just showed everybody, and the players included, that we can go a whole season and have a Super Bowl winner with no camp, no nothing.
Hey, I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying.
Did we not just do that?
Hey, listen for a second. I want to make sure you hear what I'm saying. I'm not questioning as far as they just proved the season they can have a season without an off season. I'm saying typically you don't see a bigger trade like that takes place after June 1st. Usually this stuff is already designated because dudes already get this stuff. It's just not, you usually don't see it. Now with COVID, you can see it, but usually you don't see those type of trades that happen that late in the year like that, you know, as far as that June 1st thing. You usually see June 1st, and not to say it can't happen. I just made a statement. I'm the lawyer.
Let me throw this out there. Wait, Pac Jam. Let me throw this out there, MB. I hear what you're saying, but let's remember, we've been hearing about deals since a week ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago.
You've been hearing about what?
Deals that were already 2 weeks ago. Deals already in the works for next week, and we weren't close to next week. You know, so we was 3 weeks ago hearing about teams already that made deals, but have to wait to March to actually make them happen. So I'm throwing out there, what if that's the same situation? That
it could be.
Right.
All I was saying, it could be, but that's something that typically don't happen, but it could. I haven't really seen it happen, but who cares? Like you said, it's COVID. Anything can happen, baby.
And not just COVID. I think we have to understand that this is a new professional league. This is what I mean, new professional league. Things that people have gotten innovative. It's a new thing. It's a new everything now. We got to get out of this old thing of how it used to be and how they was doing it. The teams, the general managers, this thing is more innovative now. Because what's happening is they got these guys learning this cap, how we can get around this cap. All these things is going on now. So we can't go with how it used to be and how they normally do. They're doing different things now.
But listen, let me throw this out, because when you talk about something like that, where that money is tied up like that, I mean, basically you're paralyzed for a whole off season. Just, I mean, in the sense of you can't really do anything because you got this money right here that's stagnant, And so then now your whole thing is kind of paralyzed because you got 39 million tied up that you make a trade. You say you do a trade. Okay, we're going to do a trade. We'll execute it on June 1st. But right now you can't really do anything else until that trade is taking place. So you handicap yourself and you missing out on other needs. Quarterback is not their only need. They need other things. So right now you're going to put everything on pause, right? So basically you're saying, man, I'll put everything on pause. You can't make the moves you need to move to improve your overall team as opposed to one position, because you know that quarterback money takes up a lot of space. So if you're waiting to June 1st to execute that, that's gonna create an issue.
First of all, they only need is offensive line.
Especially you got other stuff that need to be filled. You say what now?
Their need is offensive line. First of all,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need offensive line.
But let's say this here.
That's a lot of money to tie up.
If we're gonna go on how teams are, Seattle has never spent no money on nobody. Under Pete Carroll, nobody has never gotten paid, MV. So let's stop this by all the money being tied up. Like they finna go out and do a surplus sale or something. They get guys on, they get free agents on the last end of their career. They can give 2-year deals to guys who want money, always leave, don't come back because they don't. Bobby Wagner and Russell Wilson, the first two guys under Pete Carroll to ever get some money. Nobody else had ever got no money besides those two. Nobody.
Well,
that's why the offensive line was a turnstile, because they didn't spend no money on the offensive line. They signed guys off the street for the offensive line and has-beens. That's why it was a turnstile, the offensive line. They built the running backs through the draft, and all the running backs they drafted was all injury-prone guys, as we see. Bobby Wagner and Russell Wilson was the only two guys ever to get money from Pete Carroll and his regime. Nobody else ever got paid. Nobody. Earl wanted money. Earl didn't get paid. Sherman wanted money. He didn't get paid. Cam Chandler, he almost
hold on. No. Right. Whoa, Pat Wagon. No, hold on.
Who got money over there?
Richard Sherman got paid.
He didn't get no big time money. He didn't get no real money. No, he didn't. Look at that deal.
Hold on. That was Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, they got paid, man.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Hold on, they did not get no big money.
Richard Sherman got one of the top deals. Come on, Pat. Okay, Pat Wade. Okay. Hold that thought. Let me pull it up, Pat Wade. Come on, Pat Wade. Come on.
They didn't get no money.
Bro.
I noticed what you didn't do. You didn't contest Bobby Wagner and Russell Wilson
because
they became the two highest paid in their position. They're the only two that got broke bank top 3 money in their position. Because when Bobby Wagner signed this deal, he was the highest paid middle linebacker in the NFL.
Hold on. Hey, listen. Hey, first of all, Earl Thomas got paid. Richard Sherman got paid.
Earl wanted to get paid. He got hurt. He shot the bird. Don't do that.
Bro, he got paid before then. That was his second deal, bro. What are you talking about? That he got paid already. He got paid.
The first
paid already. That was he working on his third deal. He had his rookie contract, got paid, and then now go ahead.
So MB, you got to compare that to the top 3. He was saying like top guys at the position.
Look at it.
I'm making sure y'all talking apples and apples now. That's what I'm making sure.
Earl Thomas shot a bird because he wanted top dollar. He did not get a big deal.
Contract. That was his third contract.
MB, if you talking about a rookie deal, so really let's talk.
No, I'm talking about his. I'm pulling it up. Go ahead.
That would be his second.
You know, I ain't got no problem saying I'm wrong.
No. But just remember now, the rookie deal really don't count. That's slotted. You know what I'm saying? Like
I understand what you're saying.
So then you're saying his first deal with them was major money, is what you're saying, and then they didn't pay him the second time. That's really what you're saying.
No, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. Go ahead. Keep talking, Pat.
I'm telling you guys, you can't count rookie money, guys.
I'm not counting rookie money.
Okay.
I'm saying both of these guys got their. I'm saying both of Richard. I'm saying Richard Sherman, right, got paid. He was one of the top. I'm saying Earl Thomas, if I'm not mistaken, got paid. Hold on, keep going, though. Talk. Go ahead, Pat Wagner.
I'm good.
He signed a 4-year, $40 million with Seattle. That wasn't big money.
Hey, listen. At one point, if I'm not mistaken, he was the highest paid safety in the league.
He signed 4-year, $40 million.
Bro,
that sounds like number one.
Earl Thomas was the number one, the highest paid safety in the league.
Pac Jam, that sounds like top dollar at 10.
Yeah,
it does. Like safety is not corners. So,
right.
Yeah.
Hold on, right here. Hold on. Go ahead. Keep talking.
No, I'm serious. That just like
I'm saying those guys got paid. Cam Chancellor got paid. Richard Sherman got paid. Those guys got paid.
Cam got hurt before he got some money.
Who?
Cam Chancellor got hurt before he got his money.
No, he didn't. He got paid, bro.
Yeah,
look right here. Earl Thomas became the first NFL $10 million safety.
Yeah. Yo, definitely sounded like number one type money at 10 a year.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying.
When you said 10, it proved it to me.
No, that's what I'm saying, Pac Jam. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up Richard Sherman. Those guys got paid. Go ahead, keep talking.
I'm looking at what you saying. They was getting.
Keep talking. I'm telling you, those dudes got paid, man. Because I remember Richard got like a 4-year deal or something. It was crazy. But go ahead.
Hey, we can't go ahead. It's time to get up off of here.
Cam had got 4 years. He had got a 4-year, $28 million. He got hurt on the third contract.
So right here, Richard Sherman. That's why I told you they got paid, man. All those dudes got paid. Richard Sherman right here. Signed an extension right here. Right here. Richard Sherman struck a 4-year contract that made the All-Pro the highest paid corner in the NFL, according to sources informed. The extension is a 4-year deal, total $56 million with $40 million guaranteed. That's $11 million signing bonus, right? American dollars, right? The story comes 2 weeks after Seattle Seahawks wrapped up a 4-year, $40 million contract for Earl Thomas that made him the highest paid safety in the league.
Well, Pac Jam, the highest paid safeties right now doing $14 a year. So that just tells.
This is 2014.
Right.
So both of those dudes became the highest paid. That's what I'm saying. They got paid. Man.
So when you said 10, MB, I already knew that had to be the biggest.
They got paid, man. Seattle don't have no problem paying nobody.
So who's making all the money now? Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner? Anybody else getting paid on that team?
I mean, they traded. You mentioned one of the left tackle. They traded for Dwayne Brown, the left tackle. He's making some money. I don't know what he's making, but I don't know. He's definitely not in the top 3. But no, they ain't got no problem paying nobody.
Ain't no signing off. Y'all keep going.
Oh no, don't do that.
Okay, Lewis signing off.
All right,
keep going. Y'all got
no, we good.
You still got Russell and the QB domino. If you want to talk about that.
No, there you go.
All right, I'm out.
Hey, look.
Old dog, we done ran old dog.
Old dog gone, man. You sent the game members on it, man. That's how you did, my bro, man.
Man. I'm
finna call him old dog every time I see him.
He look like old dog.
Yeah, that old dog. And he was playing in his album when he came on too. He didn't think I saw him. Hey, we love y'all, man, ballers. We thank y'all for watching us double A in the building again, baby. We love you. From sideline to baseline, MB and Klew, we are gone.
We out.